We begin with a scene 1 meter wide, which we view from just 1 meter away. Now, every 10 seconds, we will look from 10 times farther away, and our field of view will be 10 times wider.
In the 70s, Charles and Ray Eames' Powers of 10 was sort of the classic idea of a film that could measure time and space. That was something I always looked forward to seeing. So I wanted to make a work that was about the measurement of time and space through the moving image. Everything in it is actually very much about some kind of measuring stick for how we orient ourselves in time and space. I'd been working on it as a film, but I hadn't pulled up the volume on what was it doing as a sculpture. And I realized as a sculpture it needed to act more like this kind of fleeting image. And it had to become more diaphanous, it had to become more fractured, it had to become much more light and sort of defy gravity. So the screens went away and they just became pieces of paper. And the top of the desk, I made a mirror. This is actually, in some ways, a replica of an editing desk. Think about the idea of scientist image makers. With the cheetah, I wanted to reference Muybridge. And then I was thinking about Egerton, who created the strobe. We take for granted they're really like scientific experiments with images. If you spend enough time with the piece, you realize this isn't just a video. It's actually live information coming to you from the NASA site. You see the distance to the Voyager, and it's the farthest measurable distance that we have ever been able to measure. Every object that's on the desk is one of the objects that's being exploded, so it has this quality of an experimental site. You know, this idea of a model that's a scientific model, something that tries to actually measure a kind of behavior, I think is something that I try and do in the sculpture. To have these extreme scale shifts in the experience in a very close proximity, that is actually the way we perceive things. I'm trying to do that constantly throughout. It's such a volatile experience in every way that things are teeter-tottering. You're constantly trying to find your balance.